Hey guys, it's 4ID. I'm an artist and a visual designer, and today we're going to be talking about the 7 things that you must know before starting an art career. Now, to start an art career can be very easy and hard at the same time. First of all, it feels like something that is a hobby, but then when it comes to making an art career, there's a lot of things that go into it, and these are things that may or may not break many artists before they even get into the actual base of the work. So these are 7 tips or 7 things that you have to know before you start out an art career. Number one is that talent is not enough. Now, when you're starting out as an artist, there's a lot of people that are going to tell you, you're very creative, you're very good at drawing, and this is something that is very nice to hear. But when it comes to actually creating an art career, it's a whole different ball game. It's not about just the talent. It's not about just the ability to do the work or just the ability to draw a face or a nose or eyes or anything. An art career is totally different from being a hobby artist. So number one, you have to be disciplined. You have to have consistency involved. There has to be a lot of artwork, consistent practice, 10,000 hours, creating and creating over and over again. But art is not just about talent. Art is about the consistency and discipline and the perseverance of making the process of the journey of making artwork. Number two is that art is a business too, and not just any business. Art is a business, almost like a 9 to 5, where many people feel like because they are artists or because they can stay at home and do their work, that they don't really have to put in the amount of hours that every other 9 to 5 person has to put in. Number one, you need to do that. You have to always be there. You always have to show up to work. The same way that you show up discipline to your school, or the same way you show up discipline to your workplace when you're working for a boss. The art career or art business is an entrepreneurship business whereby you become a CEO of your own work. So you have to have the timetable, you have to have the deadlines, you have to put yourself under the conditions that make a good business or make a thriving business. You also have to put yourself under these conditions, because obviously your talent and your ability to make very creative stuff can make you known, but the longevity of your work will depend on how disciplined you are as an artist. So make sure that you think of it as a business. Even when you're coming to posting, when it comes to promotions, when it comes to different things that you feel like as an artist you shouldn't care about, you always have to care about those things so that you don't fall into the trap of being a starving artist. You have to network, you have to speak to people, you have to be fine opening up yourself the same way every other business would have to open up yourself. So it's important for you to read business book, read some sales book, learn how to do sales, learn how to speak for yourself, learn how to express yourself, not just through the paper but through word of mouth. Learn every of these things, because art is also a business. Number three is that rejection is part of the process. Now, many people hate rejection because most artists tie their self-worth, like I said in another video, most artists tie their self-worth to the artworks that they make, meaning that most artists feel like the level of acceptance that an artwork gets is the level of acceptance that they themselves are getting. It's important for people to note, or an artist to note, that rejection doesn't mean that you are being rejected. It means that your artwork or that artwork is being rejected by that particular person. And this happens both when you're trying to sell your work and when you're posting your work online, or even when you're doing an art exhibition or any of these things. People feel like just because they don't get the amount of validation that they expect, it means that is a stain on their own personality or on their own identity. It's very important for you to understand that you are not your artwork. Take yourself out of the artwork and make your artwork an extension of your thought process, not an extension of you. Number three is that you need multiple streams of income. So when you're starting, art might not be able to pay every bill that you need. There's a lot of streams of income that can also be very creative or very artistic. It can be becoming a creator, it can be owning a brand, it can be whatever, crypto or maybe forex or something. I don't know about forex as much, but I'll just say whatever investment that you can make or whatever day job that you can have, you can also juggle that with your artwork. So most artists don't really rely on just making art for sale. That is not where they make their whole source of income from. You can also have a day job where maybe you're a graphic designer, or you can also have different things where you don't rely so much on your artwork to feed. Because when you rely so much on your artwork to feed, it becomes less about the expression and more about how much financial gain you can have from an artwork. And once you put that amount of pressure on your artwork, you stop making artwork that makes you feel happy. You might make artwork that are good for people to see, but at some point you're going to have burnout because you're not really tied, you're not really connected to the artwork you're making. It's more of a financial gain for you, which is good but bad when it becomes your only source of income. So number 5 is to understand that social media is a tool and not a lifeline. So when you're posting your artworks online and you feel like, yo, this is my only source of validation, or this is my only source of income, when you lose that, like I did at some point, the moment you lose that and your identity is tied to reception of social media, you might feel totally devastated that you might not be able to recover from that. Make sure that you understand that social media is a tool. Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, TikTok, any of these social media handles that you have probably built an audience on is just a tool for you to express yourself on, to show your artwork and show your portfolio. But you should still have an actual portfolio, you should still have an actual website, you should still have an actual email, you should still be able to network physically, you should still have other streams of income that is not just social media. So number 6 is that you wear many hats, and this also ties to the idea of understanding that art is a business. And when you're starting off, especially as an early artist, you have to do all of these parts by yourself. You have to be the accountant, you have to be your own manager, you have to be your own salesperson, you have to do all of these things, not just making the art, because this is one of the things that many people fall into, where they feel like, oh, I just make art and I love making art and I love art and this and this, and you don't have any business acumen, or you don't have any business idea in mind, and then you fall into that problem where you are making art but you don't really know how to market yourself, you don't really know how to manage yourself, you don't really know how to set up accounts, you don't really know how to set up an email where people can be able to reach you. And so all of these things you have to understand them by yourself. You have to read and learn and study. Like I said, study about business. Don't just study only art, don't just study artists. Study business, study sales, study accounting, study all of these things, because even science, all of these things, because these are things that will always come in handy when you're starting off an art career or an art business. And number 7 is to understand that burnout is real, and burnout is a natural thing. So it's important for you to protect your passion. Like I said before, when you're making art, and art is probably your only source of income, and you're tying your identity to the output of your art, or to the reception of your art, or the validation that you get from your art, you might start to lose the passion that you already have for that artwork. And this is something that happens for many artists, because once you start doing something that you love doing every day for a particular input or a particular income, you might lose that passion. You might feel like, oh, this is starting to feel like a chore. It's almost like that thing where you want to do something and people are telling you, oh, do it, and now you're feeling like, I don't really want to do it anymore. I don't have that passion to do it anymore, because everybody expects you to do it now. Once you dedicate yourself to making art every day, be open to the fact that you're going to fall into that burnout problem. You're going to have burnouts, you're going to have issues making the artworks, you're going to get tired. Take time to rest, take time to escape art, take time to read, take time to study, take time to go out, like experience different things, to where art is an expression. Making art should be an expression of what you've learned over time. It should be an expression of the phases that you are in life. And for you to express a phase, you have to be in a phase, you have to go out, you have to study, you have to learn new things, in order to not fall into the problem of being redundant, or artwork being redundant for you. So that said, these are the 7 things that you need to know as an artist or as an aspiring artist before you start an art career. Thank you very much for listening. I remain 4ID. If you like this, please like, share, subscribe, and leave a comment on any other thing that you'd like me to talk about. Thank you again for listening, and I remain 4ID. Peace.